Hello again. This video is about the D2L discussion assignment, one of the major components of our course this summer. This is the part that I'm looking forward to most, actually, maybe tied with actually reading the literature itself. The best part for me of teaching a literature course is hearing what everybody has to say about the stories, the novel, the poetry they've read, because everybody tends to notice different things, and that's really exciting. So the D2L discussions are where we're going to replicate the kind of discussion that you'd have in a face-to-face classroom. Every week, there will be 2 or 3 different topics open in discussions, and you'll be required to post on a couple of them for a total of 3 posts a week, more if you'd like. And so I will expect you not only to make your own posts, but to read each other's posts and my post. This is where a lot of the learning is going to happen this summer. This will be required during weeks 1 through 7. And then during week 8, when you're also working on your final exam, the posts will be optional. And you'll be able to earn some bonus points if you choose to do week 8 posts. So here's what's required. On Wednesday of most weeks, Thursday this week and the week of the 4th of July, you'll be making a primary post. This is your longest post, and this is where you're going to post a slightly more detailed reaction to something specific that you read for the week. Again, I will post specific topics for you to react to, and the reading guides will also help you with that. Slightly later each week, you'll be responding to at least 2 different classmates. These posts can be shorter, but they do need to show that you are responding specifically to what your classmates have said. These will be due generally at noon on Thursdays. This week and week 6, they're due slightly later, so you have a little bit more time. Another requirement is that your posts must be spread across 2 different topics each week. That shows me that you've read a range of things and not just one text. These will be worth 40 points a week, and when I grade them, I'll be using the following rubric. An excellent week's posts will show that you have provided strong evidence of close, careful reading and clear thinking about the texts. To earn this grade, this is again 100%, 40 points, you should show that you understand what you read. You're focusing on your interpretation. I don't want you to simply summarize. I want you to provide your ideas about something specifically that you've read. This is really important. You're going to assume that everybody who's reading your posts has read the same text, so you don't need to simply retell the plot. You can focus on your ideas, your interpretation. You'll also use specific details from the text to support the interpretation, specific examples or short quotations to help us understand how you've arrived there. You'll have to meet the length requirement, obviously, and make your post to 2 different topics for the week. A B post, a good week's posting, will be just about that good. You might have a little bit more wiggle room. They might not be quite as exceptional, these posts, but they're going to be strong in each of the assigned areas. A weak discussion post will earn a D. These posts will show that you really don't understand what you read. They're mostly summary instead of providing your own ideas. Your ideas might be confusing or very vague. You're not going to support your points with specific evidence from the text. They'll be too short. And so on. You won't get credit for plagiarized posts, whether those are plagiarized from the internet or from another classmate. And you won't get credit if you show that you just have not done the reading at all. Generally, my students in past summers who've taken these seriously have earned either a B or an A consistently all semester long. Okay, some other details here. The discussion posts you might make could very well lead to your weekly response paper topic. So you might write a short response or primary post about a specific character, and you might decide to write your response paper on the same topic. That's okay. You can expand on previous writing when you write your response papers. Also, I don't grade grammar. I don't count grammar in your grade for discussion posts. Your style can be informal. You can absolutely say I. You can show that you're still thinking things through. You can be conversational as long as your ideas are readable. If the grammar is severe enough that I can't understand your sentences, that's a problem. But generally, you can be laid back about these. And a word about etiquette, or netiquette, as we might call it. Um, as I said in the syllabus video, we will be encountering some sensitive material, and I'll expect everybody to be mature about it. I also expect that when you see an interpretation that you disagree with, which will happen, that's great. You can say that you disagree as long as you do so respectfully. Um, Multiple interpretations are possible of just about any good literary work. So we will see things differently, and as long as you're able to explain how you see something differently, that's good. And as long as obviously you're respectful, just use common sense manners here. We'll have an intelligent civil discussion about the literature that's also hopefully fun and invigorating too. So what I've done here is I've given you a sample primary post. This would be a sample post in response to one of this week's assigned stories, A New England Nun by Mary Louise Freeman. Mary Wilkins Freeman. And I'm not going to read the whole post to you, but you can see that this student is just providing her reaction to a specific part of the story, in this case, the dog. A lot of readers read that story and wonder what the big deal is about the dog, and so this student has decided to explore that. This is in response to a discussion question in the reading guide as well. This post is good because it shows that the writer has read the story carefully. It focuses on the writer's interpretation of the story. It's not simply telling us what the dog is doing. It's not retelling the story, but it's giving us her own thoughts about the importance of the dog. You can see that it uses specific details like short quotations, citing the page number, to back up the writer's point. And it's also long enough. It's detailed enough to get the job done. Here is a sample of how another student might respond in the response posts later in the week. Notice that this is a positive post. Notice that this student is adding with even more details to help us think about the importance of the dog. Okay, so those are some of the things that make this a successful response post. Okay, so when you're responding to your colleagues' posts, make sure that you explain why you agree with the point and add something new, or you could explain politely why you disagree with something. Or you could explain why you agree, but only to an extent. You could offer a clarification or a twist. Okay? This first week, you might just be trying to get the feel of things, and that's okay. The discussions will probably become easier and more instinctive to you as the summer progresses. In any case, I hope that you take them seriously, but obviously I hope that they're also fun and interesting for you. I'm really looking forward to this part of the class. I'll see you in discussions. P.S. I'm back. I forgot to show you where to find this on D2L if you're not already familiar with it. This is our course D2L shell where we post announcements. Much of what we're doing this summer is posted under content, and that will be broken down into first the essential course documents, the syllabus, the assignments. If you're watching this video, you've already found this, and then every week there'll be the week's readings and reading guide. Under communication, there's a drop down. Click on discussions. This is going a little slowly here, but eventually this will take us to the week's discussions. Right now, I just have the introductions topic set up for you, and I hope that you'll introduce yourself soon if you haven't already. But I will be adding a discussion topic each week. So that's it. Thanks for your attention, and I look forward to hearing more about your observations on the discussion board.